Christian Black, a 25-year-old man from Zanesville, Ohio, died on March 26, 2025, after being restrained by officers at the Montgomery County Jail in Dayton, Ohio. He had been arrested on March 23 following a car crash involving a stolen vehicle. While in custody, Black exhibited signs of a mental health crisis, including banging his head against his cell door. In response, jail staff forcibly restrained him using pepper spray and a taser and placed him in a restraint chair. Video footage shows that after being restrained, Black became unresponsive, and it took approximately 9 minutes before CPR was initiated. The Montgomery County coroner ruled his death a homicide, citing mechanical and positional asphyxia as the cause. 10 jail employees involved in the incident have been placed on paid administrative leave pending investigation. On May 5, 2025, Christian Black's family held a press conference where they released the disturbing jail video to the public. The footage showed exactly what happened to Christian in custody. The family is now demanding accountability, including criminal charges against those responsible for his death.
As we know, the Montgomery County Jail has a history of deadly incidents. There's a pattern, a sickness, a failure of responsibility within the walls of the Montgomery County Jail. The problem is a system that has abandoned its obligation to humanity.
For the first time, we're seeing Christian Black's last moments inside the Montgomery County Jail. The video from late March, shared Monday in a news conference with Black's family and their attorneys, first shows Black hitting his head against the door of his cell while correctional officers tried to talk with him. They then go inside the cell to try and restrain him. Robert Gresham, one of the family's attorneys, says they acknowledge Black was having a crisis and officers needed to intervene, but they believe decisions made by the officers to restrain him amount to, quote, deliberate indifference and unlawful use of force. After restraining Black, the video shows officers putting him in a safety restraint chair. Sheriff Rob Streck said in a statement last week the chair is used to, quote, help control combative, self-destructive, or potentially violent inmates to reduce the risk of physical harm to both the inmate and staff. The coroner's report says Black was also tased. Gresham says this angle of the video shows Black unresponsive.
At this point, nobody's begun any life-saving medical measures at this point.
Eventually, Gresham says the video shows jail staff taking Black's blood pressure. Black later is taken out of the chair and CPR is performed. The family's attorneys estimate he was in the chair approximately 9 minutes before being taken out. Sheriff Streck says 10 employees have been put on paid administrative leave while the investigation continues.
We are asking that they be arrested, they be indicted, and they be convicted for the murder of Christian Black.
A KMBC 9 News investigation into the use of restraint chairs in jails and prisons is getting the attention of law enforcement. Tonight, investigative reporter Matt Fleener identifies a pattern across the country that reveals a concerning way those devices are used.
We're looking at new surveillance video after the death of 25-year-old Christian Black. This is him getting put into a restraint chair in Montgomery County, Ohio, back in March.
In that video, we see a technique and a pattern we found in a nationwide KMBC 9 investigation. Somebody's legs and lap are strapped into a restraint chair. Then officers bend someone over to get their handcuffs off. Christian Black's case is remarkably similar to a case in Las Vegas from 2019, where a man is bent over nearly a minute and a half. He lost consciousness and later died. Christian Black was bent over for approximately 2 minutes and 20 seconds. He lost consciousness and later died too. His father and family attorney said it's a technique law enforcement must change.
What do you think the takeaway is from your son's case to help train other officers into the future?
So that this doesn't ever happen again. Ever. I want Christian Black to be the last that this happens to.
I believe that the technique of pushing individuals down in the fashion in which they push Christian is something that should be certainly avoided.
I don't know what the need was to do that.
Law enforcement expert Dr. John Peters said forceful or extended leaning over in a restraint chair to remove handcuffs could potentially compromise